broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
We're back!
Nobody knows where we might end up. Nobody knows.
I'm so fancy.
Remix.
Oh.
We're back.
Hey, everyone. Oh, wait, okay. They killed our music real quick. Welcome back, you guys. Thank you, Steven. It is the Grey's Anatomy After Show here on AfterBuzz TV. How you guys doing? Jason J. Carter in the hot seat. Ladies, hello.
Hi, I'm Julie Partin, and I can't believe we're here for the season 11 premiere.
Oh, amazing.
Wow. Girls.
I'm your girl, Starr Session, and welcome back.
I'm Kellie.
Hey, that's Kelly, everybody. Ladies, first of all, I've missed you guys so bad and so much this season and this summer. It was like I was having withdrawals.
Yeah.
Me too.
September's like the best month ever, right?
Totally. Well, TV comes back, which that's half of
I mean, that's
life
all
anyway.
that matters in life is television. The premieres, except for the CW, they premiere their stuff in October. Who does that?
That's too late.
The C-Dub.
I know.
But enough about them. Grey's Anatomy, season 11. We are back here on AfterBuzz TV, and it was a long 3-month break, but now we are up in it, willing to kill it.
Up in it.
And we gotta start with shout outs though, because people have been tweeting us all week and all day about tonight's episode. Everyone's really excited. We have a bunch of new followers on Twitter.
We do.
On Twitter, we got to with Tala Batar. She was up like at 2 a.m. like, oh my god, I'm so excited.
She couldn't even sleep.
She's like T-minus like 97 hours till the return of Grey's.
Grey's _1 fan.
Yeah, Alicia Harding.
Shout out.
Amanda Colston, Tori, Mad Z, So You Think You Can Dance.
Sandra Bumbar, Mike Bowers, Tanja Bumbar, Kimberly Mayfield,
Chesokalia,
Daniel Cole, all these wonderful.
Autumn Quinn, Samantha R, Tilia Batar,
Mariah Carey, Little Kim.
Make sure you follow everyone that's following us because they are awesome. Our fans are great.
Yes. Okay, so the season premiere of season 11 tonight was absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. Would you guys agree?
It was like a really kind of energetic episode.
It was energetic, but you know what?
It was suspenseful at the same time.
It was balanced. That's because remember last season, Julie and Kels and Starr, we were talking about how like there's just so much unbalanced, just like weird edits and all. It just didn't flow well. Tonight's episode. Okay, well,
I'm with you on that one, Jason.
Julie is back, you guys.
I did think that this was a fantastic episode, but as far as the flow is concerned, I would say that it started out at a very flat note.
What?
You guys, I'm sorry. Are you guys not remembering that terrible green screen, that terrible child wig?
I agree with you absolutely.
Kelly,
I do not.
awkward. Okay, talk about it, Kelly. What happened? Let's recap the show. Let's start off the show.
Just a little silly, I thought. It was a little silly,
Cornball
over the
City.
top, and
Silly. Okay, the kid part creepy, and then the roof part silly. It didn't even look like they finished that CGI.
Yeah,
it looked like a video game at best.
Yeah, at best.
It was like the X-Men Wolverine movie that got leaked years ago where they had the CGI wasn't even done, so you saw like strings.
That's exactly what it looks like. It's like they ran out of CGI budget.
Stop so quickly. As soon as they needed to rescue the kids, all of a sudden there's no more wind.
That's true. They didn't keep that up.
How did
There's
the
a
wind
little
just-
flaw.
But, you know, they always have some kind of like, there's always a catalyst to every premiere, like, you know, like a tornado or a storm or something really dumb. So the wind, it's like windy in Seattle. When is it not windy and rainy in Seattle? Like, they should be prepped for this stuff. You
They're
know,
like, oh, it's the first time it's ever been windy on our tarmac.
my hair's blowing so well in the wind.
CGI, honestly, with the propellers looking like they were way too close, why were they just like holding the gurney?
Right.
Run back,
How did they not
back
get hit?
up.
Yeah.
Honestly,
How did they not get hit?
Girl.
It just looked so fake, so unrealistic.
Right.
I kind of wasn't feeling it because it just was like, what's happening? Like,
And that was after the strange girl that looked like Meredith. That was good casting.
Right.
though.
No, Yeah.
But why the
What?
wig?
The
Give
girl
her
looks
girl
like
hair.
Meredith?
But
The little child
Right.
that was playing young
The opening
Meredith.
montage was very good, though.
Yes, the
it was very
opening was
telling.
good, yes.
It was very good. But I was real talk about the helicopter. I was waiting for Owen to choke somebody out.
he's back.
Stop it.
Choke out Maggie.
still gonna come back this season.
No.
It was a moment that could have brought up his PTSD. PTSD.
Jumping out the basement.
Stop it right now.
I really was surprised that nobody got hacked apart by a helicopter blade. I really thought
Or
the
choked
patient
out.
was going to.
Ooh, we're really excited.
Girls, could you
One
imagine?
thing I want to say is I want to know what, if you're listening to us right now or watching, I want to know what you think. So we are going to implement this new thing this season where we have a hashtag. It's a hashtag Grey's ABTV. So
Okay.
that way I can find you and
Got
read
it.
all of your stuff
Kels, I love
as
it.
we're watching the show.
Grey's
ABTV.
So, yeah.
What is it? Hashtag
Grey's
ABTV.
Kelly, you're brilliant.
Brills,
So
Kelly.
do it now. I'm reading them right now.
And if
Okay.
you want,
See, Tall Avatar, the green screen was terrible. Totally agree.
Terrible. Hashtag terrible.
Did they even see that before it went on the air?
I think you're supposed to
Someone
be.
got fired.
It was more about the music and the
I will
story,
say,
and they lost us a little bit on the CG.
But okay, ladies, the gurney. I mean, the
Wait,
kicker.
I want to talk about the flashback. Was that
well, let's talk about that. Yes.
was
the
that
flashback.
child Meredith realizing her mom had a baby?
No.
Yes. And she blocked it out. And it can happen, and I think it's believable.
But why would she have? They said, "Oh, you might have saved your mother's life." Why?
Well, I think we'll find that out.
Yeah, I think we'll figure out if she had the child early and was hiding it.
But remember,
clearly.
do you guys remember
Right.
though when Ellis slit her wrist though, and her mom was bleeding? Remember Meredith? I think season 4 she talked about that. Her mom was mad that Richard left her, so she slit her wrist, and her mom had to. I don't know if it
Because
happened.
they talked about this scene that she had the flashback. They talked about it in earlier seasons where she got left on the carousel.
Right.
And but then in one memory, and she remembers seeing her mom talking to Richard.
Yes, and exactly, and she goes, Richard. This
And that's how
Richard.
she put together the affair.
Right.
'Cause then she started having those memories.
I'm glad though. See, I always say this every season, ladies, that this is the storyline of Grey's that's actually very powerful. The drama between the villain Weber and the mom, and just how this all came, because it's brilliant how they overlap that and lay that on top of a medical drama. You know.
Do you really see him as the villain?
I don't see
That's
him as the
interesting.
villain.
Not as the villain.
But-
I think I know what you're saying.
Right.
Like, he's just kind of like the guy that messed up her.
He played the role,
marriage.
exactly.
And his family, and like he was the guy that just ruined it all for her.
In my mind, Thatcher ruined it for himself.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
Well, you know what's funny? In my opinion, I think that her mom was the villain the
That's
whole time.
so
Of course,
true.
of course.
Like that,
Yeah.
I see
She's the ultimate
Thatcher
bitch.
and Richard both being not necessarily innocent bystanders by any means, but she's such a strong personality that I feel like she kind of manipulated the situation and was very selfish in that.
Yeah, that mom was a
On her
mean,
own.
cruel mom.
Yeah.
But what a genius and incredibly awesome way to be like, okay, Yang, bye, Felicia. Let's bring in this other element, another sister who is African American. They could have easily bought on a Myrtle, another white girl. Myrtle. All these M's.
What is up with your
I
don't know.
I
I
am
don't know.
tired. I am tired of them bringing in random half sisters
Yeah.
that are inevitably going to die.
She's
All her family dies.
She's not gonna
It's
die. It's too. There's not many seasons left for her to die.
But where are Lexi's sisters? Didn't she have sisters?
One.
They died.
At least one.
No, that's no, she didn't. She had a
worry
baby.
about it.
She had one. She had one half sister. Another full a half sister with
With his new
wife
the
and the
that
dad.
passed
Yeah.
away, right?
So
Yeah, okay.
she's not relevant. She's a non-factor.
come back, don't
She'll come
worry.
back.
That's what I'm saying. Like we're gonna see that'll be Myrtle that comes back.
But they had to open the show. They had to set the tone because Shonda said in many interviews over the summer that this is going to be a very Meredith-centric season, and it needs to be. I felt tonight, ladies, that Grey's Anatomy it's back. It was like yes,
it's back.
it's back. The magic was there. It wasn't. It was great. The
You
writing.
think it's getting back to vintage Grey's?
Vintage Grey's, yes, circa 2006, 4, 3, and I don't know, 5.
And yes, we're getting some tweets that it was when she slit her wrist. Because even in the flashback, they showed the bandages on her wrist when she was in the hospital. So yes,
Thank you.
yes,
Thank
way to go.
Because she said that but Meredith Ellis wanted Meredith to save her. It was to get Richard's attention. That's why she slit her wrist. So, nonetheless, so let's get into the episode though. We have these patients.
Here's my favorite part about it. They had awesome patients
Awesome
all
patients.
throughout it.
You're right.
They had three
Three
awesome
dads.
patient stories and carried along all of the different drama. I thought it was very seamlessly
all
done.
Played in to Derek's decision. All three patients.
Which was very powerful. Every scene that was an inkling to his decision was, I was thinking about myself in that situation. I felt for that little boy, and I thought about what if my partner was dead or I was leaving. You know, they did a very good job of pulling on the heartstrings with those, because it wasn't like, oh, okay, predictable drama. It was like, wow, like very powerful writing.
Well, I
very
love the
real.
fact that it was like all dads, and it kind of just brought back to like being, I don't know, just like the strong man in the relationship, and being there for your kids, and you know, when they die or when they survive, like you need your dad, you know. So I love that the sentiment behind it.
It was desert guy, frisbee dad, and cancer sex gurney kids.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
The gurney. And then after Buzzers and ladies, can we laugh at the fact that she's like, watch out? As if, like, who's going to hear you, Maggie, on the roof?
It's falling towards the end of the roof.
Yeah,
Watch out!
The birds. You trying to save a bird's life?
I'm just waiting for the lawsuit, because in the end, like, when is that episode gonna happen? Like,
You cannot go to this hospital. You cannot even stand in the parking lot of this hospital
This
without
hospital's
putting
like
your
the
life in
Conjuring.
danger.
They have an Annabelle doll somewhere locked in the basement, the steam room.
Oh, by the way, I just got a tweet. Thank you that Molly was Lexi's sister, another M. So it wasn't Myrtle, but it was Molly.
Molly, Myrtle, Michelle, whatever. Want to say what's up to
All the
Perla at
M's.
Perlita Pan? Yes, this was my type of episode. I definitely loved it. So we see some returning characters. Owen, who looked fan-fucking-tastic.
He always does.
Yeah, he's also.
I love him.
But in the beginning of that episode, what was really cool was vintage grades, meaning we see Meredith, who, by the way, her hair was on point at
Yes, it
6
was
a.m. flowing. We see back at the house with Joe in bed naturally, and there's this energy in this relationship with Karev and Grey, because they're the last ones left.
Isn't that crazy?
yeah, they're the OGs.
You know the people who have been here since the beginning of that show?
Bailey.
Those two, us four. That's it.
Totes, the goats.
I love it.
But you know,
But I love how Karev was mad as usual.
Right.
Just like, get out of my bed. I'm like,
Although
Karev came back.
I felt like Meredith was icy this entire episode, just creepy.
Well, the season is icy.
We find out as it goes through. This is the
The
next day after Yang left.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, rightfully so. She decided she wasn't going to go with her husband. So her marriage is breaking up in her mind. She just lost her best friend. She just hates everybody.
she's
But I feel like with the timing of the whole beginning of the first part of the episode, it was very much like Halloween. Like there was the music that was like dun dun dun.
I know,
Right.
yeah.
There
we
was
thought it
Meredith
was
standing in the doorway, dun dun dun.
kind of the shining.
Yes.
It was
Very
yeah.
creepy
It was
standing in the
very
doorway.
creepy.
paranormal activity, and
Yes.
with lights though. Can we, ladies, are you on board with me when I say I didn't miss Yang? Is that wrong?
Not one bit.
No.
Punch
No.
it in, Jules. I didn't either.
Oh,
Yang! No, I didn't miss her at all. Although
was
I
like,
never
on to
was
the
a
next.
giant Yang fan. She
I
just
love
sort of
Yang.
came out of nowhere and made me laugh. But I never really missed her when she wasn't on screen.
I just
there was
feel-
a point when I loved Yang, but at this point, her story ran its course.
Course,
and
yeah.
Yeah.
that
You were
farewell was
so
long.
last year.
That farewell was longer than Barbara
You were
Walters
so
leaving The View. It was like
Switzerland.
just so many episodes. Okay, what else? But let's really dissect the episode because there's a lot of cool things that happen. We see Kepner's pregnant.
Kepner's pregnant.
Yes.
She looks really far along for one day.
Right.
Well,
I mean, it is.
It's because Sarah
one day.
Drew, as we all know, is pregnant again in real life.
Yeah.
So, right.
So I do wonder how they're going to keep up, if they're just going to have her progress faster, because she's farther along in real life than on the show.
But was she that further
Well-
along yesterday?
Well, did
Because
we
it's a day.
know-
It's a day later.
Right? Did we? And it's been a minute. Did we know how far along she was when
She was
found
just
out?
pregnant.
She was
no.
just
like,
So
wait, 3 weeks
overnight,
or
she's
something,
3
right?
months.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just go with it. Use your
they
imagination,
should.
guys. Okay, don't
Things
get
can
too
happen
crazy.
at that hospital.
Right?
Unless they're gonna say that the whole comment about it being yesterday isn't really yesterday. It's just kind of
Like,
like
in theory, like,
in
you know,
theory,
right.
It's got to be hard
yesterday.
when an actress is really life pregnant and fake pregnant, because they got to keep up with it, but it's different, so they can't really pad on the bump. They can't take it back.
Yeah.
It's complicated.
It is
But
complicated.
what was complicated though was Weber revealing in his AA meeting that he has a daughter, and lo and behold, guess who's chilling at the AA meeting?
She's hiding, and then all of a sudden,
with the,
boom.
the wig with no part.
Guess who was listening in whenever you said your big
AfterBuzz.
secret?
She was hiding behind her wig.
But she had such a weird look on her face when they first showed
Like,
her.
it
literally was.
busted.
It was she was definitely busted because she was definitely like hiding behind the guy going to the concession stand for cookies. Like, you know, like she was creeping.
Most of you
She
saw
got
it,
caught.
but for some of you that don't watch the show but do listen to the after show, it was Derek's sister. Also, because she's a drug addict, she was there. They're spilling secrets. She overheard it.
I mean,
And then she ran out of the room.
Yeah.
she's like, bye, Felicia. I got some dirt on you now.
She didn't even wait until after.
You get your best of AA meetings.
You know, at first when I first panned out, I was writing my notes and I didn't really pay attention. I was like, what is he addressing the hospital?
Yeah.
I know. It's like, I have a secret to tell someone. It's either you guys are at a bar.
I mean, he just started working again, so he was
I know, I thought it
hoping.
was a speech at first.
Right, like,
I thought
he's on a soapbox again.
Okay,
like,
now
look,
that
I'm
we're making
working.
fun, because that is big news. He did just find out that he possibly has a daughter.
We're making
Which
fun of
he
the fact
does.
that everywhere you turn, that guy's giving his speech to
I
a group
know.
of people.
Right,
We
the
saw
bathroom.
him work like one.
Yeah.
He worked the iPad. I was like, are you serious?
I mean, he's an honorary dog. He don't really work. You know,
Yeah.
he's just he's like Oprah. They don't really work. But
But on a topic that I'm sure might last for a second, what do we think of Maggie?
I love
Okay,
her.
the name.
I love her. I think.
Maggie.
Why?
And
Why
her
do you
list.
love her?
Hi, it's Meredith Grey.
Yeah, she
I
does
love
have a
her
list.
so much.
Don't
It
call
isn't-
that list, but you have a list.
Not that bad, girl.
Oh, calling you out.
Not
Just
that bad.
letting You know.
Look, I don't sound like I just got braces for like I'm still.
It is a squirrely voice, and I know I also have a squirrely
Okay,
voice.
calling you
so no
out.
reason to call me out on that. But she's just like, I'm angry. I'm important.
I do hearts. Meredith Grey, I'm just really mad at you right now.
That's exactly. I feel like she's gonna be the
She's mousy.
temper tantrum throwing child,
Right.
which
Yeah.
she's always going to come across.
But the thing is that with the Ryan tonight, you saw them really put them two together in their similarities as sisters, because when they were arguing, they argued like sisters.
Yes, absolutely.
So and you saw Weber listening in, like thinking, "Yep, they're
totally
definitely related,"
sisters.
because you fight the hardest with the people you love, right? So,
But they don't love each other.
but I know, but I feel
One of
like
them doesn't even know they're related.
it's okay though.
Yes,
But
don't they both know at this
No,
point?
She
Meredith has
knows.
no idea.
But Maggie
is,
does.
Meredith is giving a little shade as if she does know.
I think it's mine's bigger than yours at this point, because in the OR it was like the whole day she was trying to get this echocardiogram from Lost in the Forest guy, and then she couldn't get that. So desert, forest, it's all the same thing.
Wait, is she just mad because she took Yang's spot?
Probably.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Meredith's mad at everything.
Everything right now.
Yeah, Meredith just hates
Her
everyone.
glare is like
So steely, huh?
I love it.
I do think Ellen Pompeo is great at playing both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
She plays angry and she plays happy very well.
That glare was like.
Yeah, she was mad.
I think Maggie though.
scared.
I think Maggie's gonna. We can't judge her yet because she's
Yes,
too
we
fresh.
can.
But I think
One episode.
I mean, we got her card, but I think she's like an onion. There's layers to her that we're gonna see over and over.
How many days was she there before Yang left?
We're still saying this is
Two?
next day.
Yes, this is the next day, because I got a tweet from Stephanie that said even at the AA meeting, the chief said, "I found out last night I had a daughter."
Yeah.
So yes, it's the next day. So
definitely the
how
next day.
long was Maggie around? Was she one episode, 2 episodes? Forgive me, I can't remember.
No, she was at the ending of the
she
last
had-
episode.
it was
I
just the
think
last
she had
episode, right?
an interview.
Okay,
and
so,
then started,
So then
so-
here's my
so
thing.
two,
So
maybe.
for her to come at everyone one day, the way that she did, and then in the argument with her and Meredith talk about, I've never been treated so unprofessional, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, but-
Then, 2, you're coming into a brand new place. Not only is your sister, but she's also owns the hospital, is on
Right.
the board of this
But
hospital.
sometimes
So
But sometimes when you're the new person, you have to, see, play the field a little bit, see
it's
what's
one-
going
one-
on.
right, she didn't do that. It's one day.
But if you're getting ignored the whole day, it's like, okay, well, now you need to know this is how I do things, so let's just get on board. Because wouldn't she be higher than Meredith in ranks, or are they working
I
at
think
the same
they're
level?
the same level, but they're in different
Different
specialties.
specialties.
Different specialties.
Meredith's a
with
general
that said,
surgeon.
She's just trying to get her footing in the door. So Meredith needs to stop ignoring her and take.
Meredith should have given her the test that
Right.
she wanted.
they should have had a real conversation about it. But again, it's one day.
And
Right.
I also don't think.
Throwing elbows one day in. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know.
exactly. I don't think that little scuffle warranted a super long fight by themselves in a room. They just met.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's really one day, that's a little much for one day.
But do we remember though from the finale that Maggie was trying to do the same thing then too? She was trying to get
yeah.
So I could have been again. It could be.
It's her personality.
Let's just say this is a continuation of what happened the previous day, and I Jules, I think that if I was Maggie, I know I've been known to be confrontational with people off the bat if I feel like they're being a little out of line.
No,
not
you.
No, yeah, today, oh my God, I was on one. But I like seeing that exchange between those two. I thought it was great. I like there because
it's foreshadowing to what's gonna happen.
Right.
Well, Allie
lot of
M is
drama.
saying for being a genius, Maggie seems kind of daft.
Hashtag daft. I love it. I love
think
it.
I have to agree with you.
I would say about Maggie, okay, Meredith and Maggie fighting, that I don't really have a problem with that. Meredith just got through almost an entire season of fighting, though. I feel really bad. I don't want to see her do that
it
anymore.
seems like
We know that
this
she's
is
good
the
at that.
beginning of this. Is she's just going to be like,
Yeah, she's
Really
just turning
bitchy.
more and more into her mom.
Mother, I agree 100%. And sidebar, Gina Davis,
Boom!
Thelma
I know,
Louise,
right?
what?
Just walked in.
Looking like the Joker.
Giant Star walks down the hall, delivers 2 lines, but she'll
like-
see me again.
Right.
well, did you see Shonda Rhimes' tweet? Do you like how we throw Gina Davis
Yeah.
at you and then have her walk away?
Right. It was just
boom.
great. And on that
Love
note,
that.
Calzona strong.
Okay, I'm over this story. Let's just put it out there. Like,
It just started.
surrogate.
no surrogate,
No, wait, I
Sophia.
wasn't talking about that. I was talking about the fellowship. Like, selfish.
Right, Arizona's
like, just-
still selfish.
It's the same storyline. Like,
Over and over.
Well-
Kelly has that sideswept, it's just like, can we get something new for them?
Callie was funny tonight.
Kelly's always funny.
Okay, with the patient and the gurney falling off. Let's just
Yeah.
jump into that patient.
Sure.
And they were in the front seat, both of them, and he was going into chemo, and she was just there to be a supportive girlfriend. And a gurney falls into the car, but lo and behold, they are naked, or their pants are off.
They're bucket
they're-
Who
naked.
knows what they were doing?
They were doing it.
Look,
They were
vehicular
doing it.
sex is A-okay.
Hey, okay, but I just loved how Callie was like called the mom like, yes, they were, and then the look, she
I
was
know.
like,
You're not
She was-
calling my mom.
yeah, that was really cute. I love Callie.
So, yeah,
Kelly
Kelly's
was having
great.
a moment where she was trying to decide what kind of mother am I going to be to teenagers in the future, which was strange because she already has a daughter. I'm surprised she hasn't thought about it before.
Yeah,
They
but she
always have
sounds
these,
annoying.
Right, they always have
already.
these introspective. Everything about Calzona is either about Arizona being selfish about something, and then these introspective talks about their baby and their future. Why can't they talk about like pizza or something? Like normal.
That's not interesting.
Here's the thing about Calzona.
Would we watch that show?
No.
If it was those two talking about pizza?
Here's the thing about Arizona and Cali. I feel like they should not be together. They need to go and date other people and get. I liked Arizona before she got with Cali.
How about we just make it an open relationship,
Fine.
and then they can just like
They go both ways, men, women, whatever.
Would that be fun? Wouldn't that spice it up?
Yeah, because Callie's hot. I've seen her in real life, and she is a fox.
Yeah, she's on point.
And
on
you said
point.
she's very tall,
Very-
right?
she's-
Yeah,
I'm
tall.
6'1".
She's beautiful.
I'm 6'2". She must be like 5'11".
And voluptuous.
And voluptuous, Latina down, brunettes
I
all
like
day
it.
and day.
I am not tired of the story of them
Silence.
having kids. That's still interesting to
They
me.
have one. They had one with Mark.
I do think it needs to come to some conclusion or not, because it does seem like they've been talking
Where's
about this
Addison
for
when you
3
need her?
seasons solid.
Well,
She's about to be a judge.
Yeah, she has a new show.
Girl, I hope that show flops so you can come back on Grey's where you belong. Seriously, Addison. So Gina Davis is probably going to be the new OBGYN, the new gynae.
yeah.
Yes.
New
She
gynae.
was, I think, was
Gyno.
she
Right.
like a kid surgeon? A baby surgeon?
Who?
No, I think
Gina
No.
Davis.
she was. Oh, I think she was the OBGYN.
Yeah, I think. Because she was talking about fetal something.
Right.
Yeah, and she
Yeah.
was like, you should. No.
She was talking about baby, like fetal something.
Yeah. Well, let's
We don't know.
let's just paint her as the new gynae for now, and we'll come back to we'll touch on that when we find out for real.
I think you just like that word.
Gynae sounds great. Gynae for him at Macy's. So, anyways,
Or gyno.
and then we have Owen Poor. Oh, gyno, the
This guy
gyno.
acting like he knows it.
It's Gina. No, it's Gina.
Stop it.
you
Oh,
got
so
it.
Kepner was 10 weeks pregnant last episode.
Oh. I think they maybe pushed her along.
Maybe.
It's like a daytime soap. Your kids are
Baby
born
had a
one day.
growth spurt.
Anything can happen at Seattle Grace Mercy West, Great Slade Grown, whatever the name of the hospital is. And then poor Owen. So, they try to make Owen happy because Christina's gone and Owen needs to get out. And who tries to set him up on a mandate?
Kepner.
Kepner thought he was sad, so she tried to get everyone to
She
hang out
was-
with him, which I thought that was really funny.
Yeah.
I'll hang
She
out
made
with him.
Avery ask him to hang out, and she said, "Was that so bad?" Yes. Yes, it was really bad.
Well, every time it was awkward. Even when ex-chief, what's his name? Dr. Weber. Even when he came up to him, it was just like, everything is just a little too awkward.
Well,
Right.
after you have steady hands. Do you play Jenga?
Yeah.
So no.
He can't do normal things.
Do you play Candyland?
He's like, oh, we could do checkers.
I will say,
Oh,
Bailey.
I can make snacks.
yes.
Yeah.
Like, that
What's-
was the line
what's
that got me.
snacks?
I'm
Cheese
like,
and crackers?
it's so creepy.
Creepy. It's just for Bailey. First of all, Bailey got a really good hairstylist.
No,
Yeah, I
she
love
didn't.
it. Bang.
You are joking.
I'm not.
I like it better than her other Dora Explorer.
They always give her like a chili bowl cut.
I like it better.
Who's she?
Since we're talking about hair, girl came in when her hair was bouncing.
Yes. No, we're free. Stephanie Edwards, we love you.
Free has the bounce.
She looked so cute. She looked
great.
really
It's like they
adorable with
stepped on
this
it,
one.
They put
She
on
like
makeup.
walked in the room and it was like,
She's like this. I can't find a kidney.
oh, it's in the sink. It's been in the sink the whole
It's
time.
been here the whole time.
My hair. Very Destiny shot, Kelly
Oh
Rowland.
my gosh. Everyone's
hair-
I thought
waiting
she
for
looked
the hate to be-
beautiful.
Yeah, and her hair choreography was,
It was
like,
on point. Yes.
All of their hair was
Was
super
great.
sized.
Flowing. You gotta-
It was all super. They must have got a new hairstylist who went insane with the teasing.
Had to prove the point. I would
like-
give you romantic hair,
it's
ladies
the
and gentlemen.
premiere. You gotta have your hair flowing.
It'll be a mess next week.
True. Once they
but-
get into 6 more episodes.
Bailey and Karev with these shares, Evil Spawn shares of the hospital.
I love that it said evil spawn on the envelope.
Right.
That's-
Do you guys think that that's going to be an
So
issue? Do you think that's going to be something deep or something very surface?
They'll let it go on for a couple of episodes.
Yeah.
For sure. It's gonna be
I like the cordial fight that they had.
Yeah, it's
they
cordial.
almost seemed like they were going to both back out, but then they really said to each other, "Oh, it's on."
Right.
You know, I really want to see Alex get it. Like, it kind of would disappoint me if they give it to Bailey.
yeah.
Because that's just so obvious.
I'm not that invested in it either way.
yeah.
I don't care. I feel like honestly, Bailey has been on some mission to do something with her life at that hospital for the longest time.
Do surgeries. Get
Right.
it
She's like the female Weber. What does Bailey do?
Yeah.
She used to have a
She's still-
purpose. She was the no
She was stealing
offense, the Nazi,
surgeries.
the
For a
the
while
Nazi
there,
downtown.
she was just tinkering around,
With
giving people
rats.
secret aids.
Yeah. And then she had that one bout of the OCD for a minute.
Yeah, Bailey, she needs a comeback.
Yeah,
I
Bailey.
think the hospital would be it for her. I mean, I feel like that would be the right position is for Bailey. Karev, I just want him to have it because he's the underdog.
Right.
So I'm kind of like in between.
I think that the writers of the show should play on their strengths as surgeons and get back to that, because all this mumbo jumbo about the shareholders and stuff, I'm glad that was all ironed out and brought to daylight. But the plane crash was 2 seasons ago. It's like, I kind of feel like let that go and let's focus. Like tonight, I feel like they're getting back on track to the way writing should be. And I guess I'm biased because I like a certain type of show and I like a certain type of Grace. But all this other frivolous, whatever stuff, we don't need anymore. Look, the Maggie storyline on point. I think it's going to be dope off the hook. If they flub this Maggie storyline, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm
think
saying?
I'm just kind of tired of seeing all Bailey has ever wanted to do since the very beginning is be the boss of someone.
Right.
Yeah.
And
So
I think
let her
I'm
be the
just kind of
boss.
She's got
overseeing
Ben.
it. It's like, do something
Tie him up.
else.
You know what I mean? Rub him down.
I mean, you
no.
were mad because he didn't want to be a surgeon anymore. Now he's back. Focus on that.
Yeah. Focus on your man.
Yeah, I do not want to
Stop
be on
trying
the
to
board.
be the boss of everybody.
Those
Right.
meetings seem very
Calm
irritating.
down.
And boring.
Yeah. And with the gurney falling off, that's going to be a
I
fun
mean,
one.
come on, Grey's writers. We will let you do just about anything to a human body. Drop a gurney on it,
I
leave
love
it in
that.
the desert for a
Decapitate,
couple of
yeah.
months.
Love that.
Put an axe in someone's head. I mean, whatever. But
Happy about that.
Put a literal pole through 2 people.
people. But
I don't know why you're trying to do office
have
politics
someone lose
here.
their leg. I mean, it's just, we need those kind of elements and jewels for Grace. But
Because they're growing up. Now it is office politics as you get older, right?
what was powerful about tonight's show, though, ladies, was we just talked about this earlier, but it was very touching to me to see Meredith and Karev their embrace, because they are the last ones. George died. Lexi died.
The way you
no,
said
but
it.
it's the truth though.
Died.
Like it's like we've
Is
grown.
he as good as dead? Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like Izzy may just walk through.
I would love an Izzy return.
No.
I don't think it's ever
What
going
should
to
happen?
Return to
happen.
television.
You
but she's not
burned
returned
some
into this
bridges
show.
that you cannot get back.
Well,
I think
Isaiah
she
Washington
did it again, but
Really?
You know, we can talk about that
Okay.
later. But
But, you know, like, I thought their embrace, Alex and Meredith's embrace tonight was because the truth. It dawned on me, that's all, that he's her new person. That's all they have left.
It was
He
funny
said-
whenever he said, she's like, are you my new person? I don't know what that means.
Yeah. I don't know what
And I
that
feel like
is.
she's going to lean on him. She's definitely going to lean on him. And she needs to because,
But I don't want that to get annoying. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's already bothering Joe.
Oh yeah.
I think that's going to be an interesting
gonna be a
storyline.
huge
Joe can
storyline.
kick rocks.
I like it that they're the last two and that they're friends. I also don't think the relationship is in any way appropriate. They shouldn't be each other's support system. They are both in relationships that they love.
Yeah, but it's.
But clearly, I mean, yeah, clearly
I don't
she doesn't want to lean on Derek. She clearly wants to lean on someone else.
Well, sometimes you need that outside source,
Right.
and you know, it's when you basically grow up with people, they become. You don't think about it that way. I mean, I have guy friends that I've known since I was young, super young, and it is an issue with their relationships and mine because it's like that. But you don't even think about it in an inappropriate way. It just kind
At
of
no
is.
point in time will it be appropriate for her to be like, bye, honey. I'm going to go lay in this other guy's bed. Get
No.
out.
And Joe, get out.
No.
That was like ridiculous.
But Joe needs to learn her place.
What to wear clothes under when she goes
Yeah,
to sleep?
first of all, Joe, look, Alex saved her from
Now
dumpster diving.
that was a little much, actually. Joe should have been like,
Hell
hell
to
no.
the no.
Start to be like, this is
Just
my
saying.
man.
You
Right.
can sit on the edge.
But
I'm not
I
going
will say it
anywhere.
was
I would've
creepy.
just
Meredith just
floshed her.
standing there. Meredith just standing there like,
Get out of my room.
Something, my house. Oh, it's my house. Wait. So Derek is staying at their house still?
Right.
Okay, so that's who was with
the
the
house
children.
on the hill.
Yeah.
Well,
with
isn't
the children?
or
Zola's
she
in
at
middle
the
school now.
Isn't the sister
Summit.
there too?
Yes.
Yeah, Derek's
Yes.
sister
Oh,
is there
his
too.
sister.
And
right.
Derek, we didn't see a lot
Shepherd's
of Derek
sister.
until the middle of the show. I don't know,
He had some patience.
Yeah, and he didn't have very many moments, but I do feel from the ending scene that I feel like Mary Dare is headed for 6 Feet Under, and I honestly, if that's how the show's gonna end, I don't want them to have a happy ending. Really? Because they've been happy for like 3 seasons already.
It was boring.
Barely.
It was boring when they're happy. It was boring when they were happy.
Because the thing about Derek, and even though he's not my favorite character on the show, I feel like the last couple of seasons he's been compromising a lot for Meredith, and he's been more
she's not even
the
loving
family guy.
Well, I think she's getting scared.
Right.
That's what I think, especially with these flashbacks. She's going back to that dark and twisty stuff because she saw everything that her parents went through. And I think her biggest thing is she doesn't want them to resent each other the way that she resents her parents and that they did.
Right.
Well, she's going down that path if she's like not trying to work on her relationship with her
I think
husband.
she's going
Subliminally.
too far to the other side.
Right.
Yeah, she's trying
to way overcorrect.
Impossible. Seriously.
Impossible.
He says, I want to follow my dreams. Let's do it. I've got my dreams. Let's go to DC. You can't do this. Fine, we'll go to DC. You promised me this. He said, fine, I realize I want to be with you and our children. Don't do that. That's not what I wanted you to do either.
Right.
I need a drink.
Well, she doesn't want it to. She doesn't. Again, it's the whole resentment. She doesn't want him to turn around and say, "You made me stay."
Neither of them.
That's what she's afraid
Right,
of.
she's very
true.
afraid of the resentment, but at the same time, then being a country apart isn't going to help either.
no, that's just gonna break them up.
And if
as
she
she's-
wasn't going to be willing to bend and go to DC to his new job, that was the option to keep
well,
the
when
family
she
together.
hugged Karev before he even came in, she was like, "I don't think we're gonna survive this. I
Right.
don't think we would survive him moving clear across the country."
So he took
But
a step.
Now that he took the step to stay, I still don't think they're gonna survive because
'Cause-
she doesn't want it to because she feels like he's gonna resent her and she's just
She's
kind of
self-sabotaging, all
shooting
like
herself
crazy.
in the
Well, you
foot.
got to think about it. Think about everything that's happened to this person and how broken she is from the get-go. I mean, the flashback, how little she is, that she's dealing with these very adult things and just always seeing dark.
Right.
And when you're in that good relationship that she was always scared to be in and couldn't accept,
Right.
and now you're at a point where I don't want to give up, I don't want you to give up. Somebody always has to give in.
Right.
There's no way to really ensure that there's not going to be resentment on one side because something's got to give on one side. Somebody has to make the choice.
Right, compromise,
true.
sure. Wow. You know, AfterBuzz, go to iTunes and tell us how you feel, and go to YouTube, tell us how you feel too. We love to hear everything you guys, all your comments, all your opinions. I think some of the best comments and ideas and views of the show come from the viewers that watch the show with us because
That's right.
they miss stuff that we didn't see or we didn't hear. You know me, I'm all over the place. But Kelly, I agree with you 100%.
Or Jason's talking too much.
Make sure to
We
use
gotta
our
rewind
hashtag.
it. Yeah, use our hashtag.
Hashtag Grey's ABTV. Hashtag Grey's ABTV.
Thank you to all you guys that are already using it so far.
Yeah, awesome. So again, tonight they did a very good job of setting up a fantastic season of what's to come because there's so many directions that things can go in, and you know normally there's some filler. In the show, I didn't feel like there was very much filler. The patient stories were sad. You know, the bald vehicular sex couple.
Monica. Was that her name?
Monica.
yeah.
She ended up having a brain bleed. I mean, there's always a brain bleed, a perfed abdomen. You know,
The glass got
I
into
did
her
realize-
head.
How did they not automatically take her in to get that checked?
But she just went like-
I know, right? Instead of give you a test, well, how about we shave your head and take some pictures?
Yeah, and be your cheerleader. It was
You
like
go,
over the
girl.
top.
It's supposed to be one of the best hospitals in the country.
Yes.
Really? You don't
This place is
automatically take
not.
someone in to get that checked?
Although I had an epiphany after 11 seasons, I finally realized what BP stands for.
blood pressure.
Yes.
Oh,
And you gave birth to a child. Joey,
I don't know. People were always
Joey.
screaming that in the operating room. The BP this, the BP that, and it just dawned on me tonight when Edward said it.
well, someone out there needed that information.
For the other
What do you
person out
mean,
there that
black
didn't
people?
get it.
The BP, the black people.
Yes, that's it.
That's it, Julie. Okay, well, you know what? Can we give Julie a round of applause for that epiphany, please? Yay!
The BP, it's spiking.
Yeah. Julie. Our sweet Julie. She is back.
Hashtag blood pressure.
But what else? And then also...
And then Weber,
yeah.
we found out the engagement's off.
We kind of knew that.
Yeah, I mean, that's, again...
He brought the ring back, set it down. That's
Does that mean
cold.
that we've seen the last of Catherine Avery?
She'll be
Never.
back.
Never.
Yeah.
I miss her. She was always funny.
Yeah, but she was a cheat.
Yep, and she was a scamming, scheming, Christina Yang, underhanded, not doing the... Yeah, rude.
Rude.
Well,
Well, you know, one thing I did like about this is we're getting some grown-up stories.
right.
I like it. Like, they're growing up and we're getting some real grown-up stories, not just like the relationship BS. Like the
And some realistic stories.
yeah.
I just got the best hashtag from Fifth Thug Money, Fernando.
Love it.
Caradith for Karev and Meredith. Caradith.
Caradith.
We love it. We love it. Caradith. Yeah, we're going to go the hashtag Caradith.
Yeah, let's use it.
So tonight's music in the show, I don't know. Was there any
Well,
really
like
music?
the cut to the desert guy, and it was like it was like a scary movie.
That
like,
desert story was really sweet, though.
Okay.
That was a good
Kelly, you
patient
kind of
story.
got water. You kind of yeah. I saw you. I was videotaping you for YouTube.
You better stop it right now.
What are you talking about?
No, when he had visions of his family, you know, when he goes to sleep, he sees his family. That's why.
That was a cute little insight. The story was a little over the top. Just can I not have a heart?
Yes, you heartless
I'm a
evil
little heartless.
woman.
Well,
I wasn't feeling
Starr?
the story.
They killed it for me though, in the way when he finally does get reunited with his family, which was fantastic. And
I
the
love
wife
that
was like-
part.
No, I loved it, but the thing that killed it for me was she was like, "Oh yeah, they found us the next
Next
day."
day.
She came in all fresh, romantic hair bouncing everywhere.
How did they stop looking for
him.
Like, how long did they? He was out there for like 2 months.
That would've
They
been a
never
divorce.
found you.
Sorry.
Oh, thought you were lost.
And she comes in some like Louboutins, you know, just.
And he was over there like just missing them, all
Right.
dehydrated.
Papa.
They had moved on. There's a new daddy in town. There's
They had a smoothie.
They're all refreshed.
Yeah, showered.
That just like that part just like killed it.
Spa day.
Couldn't it have been like 2 days later
Right.
they got found something?
Right.
I just
The
feel like
next day.
I just didn't. I mean, him being in the desert for 2 months, that's like over the top.
Why did he have frostbite on his feet though?
I think it was dehydrated.
That's what happens when you get dehydrated too.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what happened with that.
Oh, because it was his feet were all like like
Maybe
he.
it was gangrene or something.
Could have been great.
Yeah.
Maybe he like hurt himself. But like, I want to go in this backstory of what he was doing out there.
Right.
Is that another show?
Probably not.
Probably another show.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll never
Well,
see those people
wait,
again.
he said they ran out of gas.
They
and
ran
he was
out of
going
gas
to get
and
help.
Where did he walk? Did he go off the path? Like, just stay on the street. Like, I mean, where did he go? Like, backpacking through the woods without a gas
Like,
station.
don't you got a
There was
GPS?
something about that story that I wasn't connecting to. And maybe I'm the only one,
No,
but
that's
I'm
the
just
reason.
saying.
That's the reason Star didn't like it. She paid too close of attention.
I'm sure
I didn't
AT&T
imagine.
had
Think
service
through
there.
the logistics, okay?
I know. I told you
the
guys
gurney
not
is
to do
going
it.
to blow off the skyscraper.
Yeah, I
It's
told
just
you guys to
gonna happen.
imagine, and now I need to use my own imagination.
Right,
so.
I know.
It
It
is
was
a
just
great point, though. How do you get lost looking for gas?
Or
like stay on the
right,
road.
like up the street on
For
Ventura.
2 months, no less.
He
Like,
was just on
where'd you
Ventura.
go?
Where'd you go? He was on Sunset. No one knows where he went. I was behind Bossa Nova.
I wonder if people not from LA think that's funny.
Oh, sorry. Bossa Nova was a restaurant in Hollywood. It's Sunset Street in Hollywood.
And
Yeah.
it's easy to get lost for months in Hollywood.
Yes, you know,
No, it's
Laurel
not.
Canyon.
No,
I was in the
I
hills of Laurel Canyon.
That's a possibility.
Oh my
Sunset
god.
Boulevard, not so much.
Yeah, you're like, I was on the 405. I couldn't find my way. Yeah, but I thought
Stuck
that.
in traffic for 3
Yeah,
months.
yeah, I'm dehydrated. There was no Starbucks.
My
had
feet
be-
turn black.
Stop. Okay.
It might be auto.
Way off
One
point here.
step too far.
Sorry, AfterBuzz. We're just excited to be back because that show was really, really good. Yeah, but the music though, I felt like I don't know. That's one of the things that I hope they have another 80s project this season. Where,
No.
Or so,
No, I was over that the second it started.
Yeah,
I did
Jason
not
was
like
all on
80s
board. He
season.
wanted to know the
Julie.
song.
Jason's like,
Julie.
don't you
Sorry.
forget it.
I sure will.
Jason's like, oh, that is on point.
You're so hateful, but you're so right. I wanted Spondu Ballet True from like 16 Candles. That would have been epic. If like there's a surgery.
I hope that they bring all of these indie songs that I didn't know about that I can probably go home and download into my iTunes library because that's what I've done for the past 10 years until 80s season.
Until the 80s season, and then it's done.
80s season. Hashtag fail.
So crazy.
Whatever. The final montage of the show though was where you saw a lot of powerful moments as well because like you said, we see Derek tell her, I resign, I'm not going. She has a meltdown. She sits at the bar with that face. I don't know what the face was about.
It's the glare. It's the side glare. You saw it from the side. It's
She
a
can
little
give
different.
Janet Jackson a run for her money with that stare down thing. It's just like it's very it's the eyes. It's the eyes.
Tequila.
Yeah, Meredith, what does she even want? I don't even think she knows what she wants.
No, I think that's the point. It's like
Yeah.
she's just, it's an inner struggle
That
thing
didn't make
she's
me happy
just
neither did
never
that.
going to.
Do you guys think she might slowly remember more and more and then remember actually meeting this sister, Maggie?
I don't think she ever met her. I think
I
they
know
left
she was
her.
adopted.
She
So
might-
She left her at the hospital and they kept it moving.
Well, then Meredith definitely doesn't know they're sisters.
right.
But she's dreaming about it, so it's gonna be a flashback of like, oh, I remember something like that happening in the hospital.
Triggers. Something's got to trigger it. Maybe
Yeah.
she'll find that doll.
Because the Anatomy Jane, that doll.
Anatomy Jane.
That was the name of the doll. She had a trouble and all these things.
Yeah, maybe
that-
she'll find, and that'll trigger the whole thing.
But do you guys see how awesome that is though? How they tie in these minuscule elements of the show that are just very transient and to make a bigger storyline.
Yeah.
That doll was 4 seasons ago.
And with that said, like
You know what I
have
mean?
to be a true Grays fan
Right.
to like, find all these nice little snippets.
Like I said,
Snippets.
amidst all the overlapping storylines that we've had on this show, Meredith's storyline is the most powerful. It's the root of everything else that happens in this show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm glad that they're returning to that. And Shonda said this is going to be a very Meredith season, and I hope it goes even deeper and darker because we need that. Meredith got her happy. She lost Christina. It's Grey's Anatomy. The show is about Meredith initially.
well,
No more intern stories.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Well, I think too. I think she's so used to getting left
Right.
that's normal. And because he chose to stay, I think she can be mad about it because she's just used to dealing with people leaving.
Right.
And I think Christina's departure triggered it back.
It was just like everyone walks out on me.
I feel
issues.
totally different. I don't want to see Meredith go through anything else. I feel like
I
she's,
don't either. I
she's
feel
been
like
through
done.
everything
She's almost
possible.
died, like 7 times?
But that's
She's
life.
almost died 7 times. Everybody she knows has almost died.
I mean,
not dead,
shit
I mean-
happens.
I mean-
Listen, I had a. Yeah.
I'd rather
feel.
get new interns than see any more Meredith
No more
sisters
interns.
die.
No more
No,
interns.
she's not gonna die. They're gonna become besties, and the sister's that's predictions. The sister's gonna be her next Christina.
It has to be.
Ooh,
They're gonna
Really?
be besties.
Or the sister can be her biggest adversary, her worst enemy.
I'm
you know?
gonna have to come leaps and bounds with that sister because that character bugged me.
Maggie's in the house.
I definitely think it's going to be
her
a
list.
good. I think it's a good addition.
I think so, too.
I think that's the point. Is doing
And
a great job of being
her sister,
annoying.
right, and the fact that her sister is an African American woman adds to the dynamic of the whole situation, because for the longest time, all Meredith's sisters have been like Meredith, but now you have this different. It just goes. I'm talking about the writing of Grey's, the ideas that they have behind the characters they put on the show. It's genius. Real life is different races, interracial. It's fantastic. Of course, Meredith's sister is going to be black.
Well, we didn't touch on the point when Weber and Maggie had that moment at the vending machine.
That's what I was going to say. I'm more excited about seeing Weber realize that he has a biological daughter.
I was thinking he was actually going to say something at that point.
I'm more excited to see that develop than to see the sisters develop, because we've seen that before. We haven't seen Weber actually realize he has a biological daughter, because Meredith has basically been his adopted daughter.
Well, maybe he and Avery will go through it together, first time dad.
But Weber didn't tell Maggie. Weber didn't tell Maggie he was her father, though.
No,
he just says that he hasn't told her yet. So he's like, "Oh, well, she's your sister, by the way."
No, he decided to give her $2 instead.
It was a $5 because it was a $1 bill. I was like, is she gonna get 2 granola bars? Because she was really mad about that granola bar. But that's the worst, when you want that bag of Cheetos and it don't come out, and you're like trying to shake, and
then you're hungry.
And they have that sign on the side that says this may cause death if it falls on you. You're like, really? All I want is my flaming hot Cheetos. Come on now. Come on.
That was weird how it's like she just hardly know this man who's kind of her coworker and superior, and every time she sees him, she gives him these huge reveals.
Yeah.
Oh, my biological mother worked here. What am I talking about? I have a family that loves me.
She just kind of is opening up way too soon, and it's that person that would get on my nerves, because I don't like people that feel too familiar too soon. It's just like something's behind that.
But here's the thing, though. They shared an exchange in a very, touching moment on the bench in the finale. Where
exactly. And she shared way too much then.
But like Kellie thinks out loud. She processes her stuff out loud, so she reveals a lot too. So maybe Maggie, I don't think on the bench on the finale last season she was just having an epiphany that, oh my gosh, I'm new at this hospital. I don't know anyone. My mom, she had the backstory to her was coming to fruition and coming to a head where she did all her homework and tried to find someone. Now she's at this hospital, so of course that's going to come out. I don't think it was revealing too much. It was
an odd moment for a monologue.
Really?
No, it was right on point.
Some characters you connect with instantly. Some have to grow on you. Some you never do.
Kellie, what do you think?
Kellie, I love from the beginning. Do you remember Callie's appearance?
Yeah.
How she was dancing in the basement?
I do remember that.
Boom.
Loved her.
Yeah.
Rose up the charts immediately.
But I liked Maggie too, though. I don't think I think if we got a different scene with Maggie be more personable, we saw her in the height of a trauma.
I don't dislike her. I just feel like she's just the errant child to me, like throwing tantrums.
Got it.
Like I don't have a respect. I'm on Meredith's side,
Sure.
where it's like,
Okay.
you have to earn that. You can't just
Of
come
course.
in and throw a
demand.
tantrum. And I get it. You want to be taken seriously, like all of that stuff, but
Yeah.
you've been here 2 days. Calm down.
But why don't you just treat people with respect? Why don't you
2
just treat
days.
people with respect, and then you can get the respect and earn the respect and all that stuff? Like, that's rude.
If you went to your brand new job and revealed your deepest, darkest secrets to everybody and had a fight with coworkers on your first and second day,
Kind of
you'd be
rough.
like, that girl's
Well, that's probably why I got
crazy.
fired on my
No.
last job.
Well, I just have to say, we got some tweets going on. Julie Partin is the hottest mom ever.
Oh, did someone in my family say that? Or did someone real? Oh, that's so nice. Whoever said that.
Whoever said it, it's still great.
It's my husband. Thank you, honey.
Hi, Kyle.
I was feeling so pretty there.
By the way,
Kyle.
Julie Parton's husband's very hot as well.
You're gonna embarrass him.
Oh, sorry,
Very
Kyle.
hot little couple going on
Yeah.
over there.
Oh, you're so nice. He even used the right hashtag.
Kyle, you can be my
That's
MCM.
love people. That
Yes,
is love.
he did use the right hashtag. See, people,
I would
am
stay home
reading.
from Washington, D.C. for
Hey,
you,
tell
babe.
Kyle he's my MCM on Monday, okay? My Man Crush
Okay.
Monday.
All right.
So yeah, but ladies, with that said, on the scale of 1 to 10, how are we feeling about tonight? I'm giving it a 7.
I'm giving it higher.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, to premiere 11 seasons, it's been on the air longer than a decade, and to still be that good,
Hey.
I can't turn away from it. That good, that intriguing, new, fresh storylines.
Yes, thank God
I'm
it's
giving
Thursday.
I'm giving it an 8.5.
I'll give it an 8.5 too. Yeah, I agree. I'll raise it to 8.5 is good.
I raised
8.5.
his.
It was an amazing episode.
Oh.
I got to see some kidneys, some blood. I got really good stories. I'm giving it a 10.
Okay,
Oh.
okay.
I'll tell you.
saying.
I'll tell you
It's
why.
back to the basics,
Back
and
to
that's what
basics.
we like.
Yes,
Every
ma'am, I
bad
agree.
wig, it lost a half a point.
Oh!
And the bad CGI. Oh.
The bad CGI lost a full
They've,
point.
they've never had bad CGI before,
I just
ladies.
ignore it.
That was
Use
a
your
giant
imagination.
mistake.
Okay, I'm gonna pretend there was giraffes and deer and Bambi in the background because that was just. I mean, come on, ABC's owned by Disney. Y'all couldn't fork out another $50,000 to make sure that CGI was on point.
Seriously, you couldn't
And it
get
was
an
only
actual
one scene.
You couldn't get an actual shot of Seattle. It looked like they were in Legoland or something.
But Owen's hair being all tousled and blown in the wind. Kelly.
Jason's about to raise
I love
to
it.
a 10.
I'm with you there.
Yeah.
I love it.
What score?
I do the 8.5. Like I did not hate it. I actually really liked it, and it did come back pretty strong. So I'm excited
and
to
that's
see where it goes.
hey, if Kelly says that, that's a stamp of approval because Kelly's a hard nut to crack. All right, ladies, well, let's move on to predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Star Double R.
I predict that Meredith and Maggie are going to be besties, but that's going to be a little ways down the line. I believe that Weber is going to have some struggling issues with coming out to Maggie. That he's the daddy, and let's just see. I just want this season to just have really great scenes that have a lot of blood and gush, and I expect Shonda to keep giving us her magic.
Awesome. I agree. Kel.
I think that Joe and Maggie are going to become close because Joe's really irritated with Meredith and Karev, and I think she's going to kind of spill some
An
of
ally.
Meredith. Yeah, to kind of like be the gossiper going between
Sure.
there, kind of
Got
team
it.
on that side.
JP.
I think that Calzona is going to proceed and have a baby.
Ugh.
And they're going to have the storyline mixed up because all of a sudden they're very busy. Maybe Kellie will be an overworked mom, that type of thing. Take them into new territory. And I predict Maggie will die in true Grey's form. Because all of the families do.
Oh,
Okay, well, I predict. I don't. Wow, Julie.
Why would you be surprised by that? The dad, the
Because-
half-sister, the half-mom, the mom.
Someone's got to survive.
Someone's got to.
the half mom.
I
You know what I'm talking about, the hiccup mom.
The half mom.
I mean, who dies in hiccup?
Hashtag half mom.
Mom. I predict that Meredith and Maggie that storyline is going to be huge this season. But I do feel that they're going to come to. I feel like Maggie will be they will not be friends. They will be. They will always be at odds with each other because they won't be able to accept each other in each other's lives for whatever reason. Because you have to also remember, Maggie was abandoned as well too. She was adopted. She was given away.
But she has a good family.
She has a good family, but so what? Lexi had a great family. Like
There's still something in the bottom of it.
Right,
You
yeah.
can
No,
still feel
of course.
like I was abandoned.
But again, that's the same thing, like as Julie said before, that we've seen already.
I can't predict anything else with the other characters besides Calzona, which I'm not really interested in predicting right now because I'm not feeling the storyline. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Meredith, Maggie, enemies for at least.
I have another one. I think a lot of it will have to do.
At least
sorry,
for the winter finale. Okay, go ahead.
I think the Meredith Maggie thing will have a lot to do with Weber.
Yeah.
As the biological dad,
Yeah,
and then
that's
as
what I
the
said.
dad in place. I think that he's the third part of that story that makes it
Well,
actually
I think
interesting.
instead of having mandates, he's gonna BFF Derek's sister. They're gonna have the whole AA thing, and I think he's gonna be mad about it for a little while, and then he's gonna end up
Derek-
bonding with her.
Why do I always forget about her?
I can't remember her
She's
name.
perfectly cast. She looks
Amelia?
exactly like Amelia.
Scorsoni?
Yes.
She looks exactly like
Wiggy?
him.
Why does she have this wig? I gotta look her up. What is the deal during the week? Like, is it just a mess under there,
I don't know.
or she didn't want to change her hair
Listen,
color?
get those
Maybe it's in
Ariana
her
Grande
contract.
extensions. I need a wig. A lace front. Call RuPaul. He's got plenty of wigs for you, girl. He'll hook you up.
Sometimes it's in the contract.
to wear the wig.
No, seriously, they don't want their lights on
Joey.
set to burn their hair.
Either way.
Nobody was saying anything.
I'm
I don't know if
excited
that's
to
what
see
came
how
out.
it goes.
And thank you, Julie Partin. All right, you guys, that's it for the season premiere of season 11 of the Grey's Anatomy After Show on AfterBuzz TV. I am Jason J. Carter. Remember, tweet hashtag GreysABTV, and you can find me on Twitter at JJCForever.
You can find me on Twitter at Julie Partin, JuliePartin.
And you can find me all over social media at StarrSession.
And me at Kelly with an IE079.
Boom, you guys. Until next week, see you later. Have a great one.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.